Hello, Guate Metal. We are here to celebrate extreme metal. So, we have here today for you fans of the death metal realm and Guate Metal, a brutal band of the death metal genre out of this world and perhaps from another universe. The band Pestilence. How are you today, Michiel?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, and hello everybody listening. Thanks for having
Well,
me.
they are actually looking at us, man. Like
Oh, you can see
now,
us. All
now
right.
the technology's fucking amazing, man. They
All right.
get a hold of us, like they're
Cool.
looking at us now.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's great. I
I like
mean,
my
we
hair.
could definitely do the radio thing too because it's wonderful how people support death metal nowadays,
Yeah.
and we really appreciate your work, man. Pestilence and all your bands. And I'm glad to hear that you got some endorsements. Brief interview about their your latest release, like EXITIVM,
Yeah.
for example. We can talk about all your discography, but I would like to focus on EXITIVM, in which, to me, your band works have developed,
Yeah. Well,
to
thank you.
most brutal and more elaborate music so far. I hear the aggression and the power. And for all you guys who are interested in getting a digital copy of this masterpiece, Exitium, get into the agoniarecords.bandcamp.com
Thank you.
or get a physical copy before they are all sold out. The website where you can get this is www.exitium.com. So we're gonna be checking out your material here. See, I found a lot of information on the internet about Exitium, which is it's really great. I mean, to see how heavy music drops nowadays. So, would you please explain to us? How was it the process of writing this masterpiece before pandemic? Did you guys got together and started writing Exitium? Is that correct?
Well, I think when I came in, Patrick had already written all the songs basically. So, the pandemic started, and their old drummer left. So Patrick was all of a sudden in need of a drummer to, he had the whole album ready basically. And I knew Patrick since years, from my previous bands. We ran into each other at festivals and shows and stuff like that, And it's a small country, the Netherlands, so we already knew each other. And yeah, we got in touch, and he asked me if I would be interested in working with him. So he also lives pretty close by. So yeah, we agreed to things, and he sent me the songs, and I heard them, and I was like, wow, this is fucking great. So um, yeah, basically from day one, I started focusing on learning the songs that he had already written. And he came over and we recorded it at my studio with the two of us. He was sitting here, and we were figuring out some parts. Maybe how to make things a little bit more interesting, or change some things, or try out some ideas. And yeah, that's basically how it went. But that happened in like 2 weeks since the moment he called me. 2 weeks later, I was recording. So it went really fast. But he had already written everything.
Oh, that's awesome. So Exidium is a new album with the new label, and it's armed with a whole new lineup,
Yeah,
a new dynamic.
yeah,
Uh, and the name Exidium means total destruction of the old world. Is that
correct.
is that what it
Yeah.
means?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And I gotta say, Rutger was already in the band for a little bit, the guitar player.
Awesome. Yeah, Ruther and the new track list 12. It's a 12 track list release in Omnibus Morbus Propagationem DEIFICVS, which has a video also.
Yeah,
SEMPITERNVS, that's your latest video.
yeah, correct.
Internitionem mortiferum dominatu submissa periculum externum inficiat exitum and immortus. And sorry, I'm missing one. Personatus mortem.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, those names are in Latin, right?
Yeah, it is. I
Oh
don't know
man,
who
that
actually
that's awesome.
did that.
What's the story about all that? Yeah, we should ask Patrick because it sounds
Well,
like
it's
really like an ancient language there involved in
yeah. Well, what I can say about it, it means a total destruction of the world, right? And basically the world is fucked. And look around yourself. I mean, it is in a lot of ways, and that's basically what it's all about. And we have, from my point of view, we have the tendency to destroy ourselves, and I think that's what's going on all the time. And so that's basically the thought behind it. Without going in too much into detail, because you know
hmm
I didn't learn the lyrics by head, to be honest. But that's the thought behind it, yeah. And it sounds like it too. I mean, it's aggressive, and it's in your face. It's like getting smashed, and yeah,
that's the correct definition, man. In
yeah,
your face, like you get smashed from beginning to end.
yeah,
Could you
exactly.
please tell us when you hit the stage? What are your first thoughts? What comes to your mind, Michael?
When I hit the stage, um, yeah, before the show starts, I prepare. I set my stuff ready, but also mentally, I get ready. I want to be in the right mindset in order to give everything that I have. And yeah, it's a thought process basically. And it's like gathering all your energy basically. And as soon as the we hit the stage, the intro is rolling, I feel the tension coming up, like, oh, about to give it all basically. And since we count off and we start playing, that's where it all starts. But the moment right before that, I'm just gathering all my energy, and yeah, getting ready to go full pull into it basically.
So, what's your
I don't
set
want I don't
list?
want to sometimes you see bands or musicians or maybe drummers that are still in the warm up process. And of course that's a little bit logic, because the first song is
Mhm.
always a little bit warm up wise a little bit tougher than when you're completely into it. But I try to reach that level instantly basically. I don't want to hit softer because it's the first song. I work harder to do that basically. So yeah, that's how
That's
it
a
goes.
great tip. Yeah, it cannot like go in progression, right? You have to start with, like it was the last song.
Yeah,
So
exactly, exactly.
yeah, that's
Much
great
like
tip, man.
the last show of your life. I mean, I always try
hmm
to give everything. And also from the audience point of view, I mean, uh, everybody that plays in a band knows how it feels. I mean, we've been there too. Back in the day, I played so many shows that there were only 20 people in the crowd. And we've played all in small bands and things like that. But it doesn't matter, because if there's even one person in front of me, and he paid and he traveled to come see us and he enjoys our music, I want to give that person the best time of his life. And it's also more fun for us, right? I mean, you got to enjoy what you do, and you got to give it all that you have. And I don't like to do half-ass shit, so I always try to get up the level as much as I possibly can.
and we thank you, man, like for thinking that way, because definitely people will pay, travel and get to see you guys.
Yeah.
Are you feeling good at how the new full length was received worldwide?
Oh, absolutely.
Exitium?
Absolutely. It was overwhelming. It was better than I expected, actually. I mean, I was expecting things to be good, of course, because, um, yeah, we put a lot of energy and passion into this. And, you know, we were proud already about it, of course, but it's always a great feeling when, the fans and uh, also the non-fans, that you get new fans every time. And when people like it, it's an appreciation, and that's always good. That's always good. And also when people don't like it, I'm always interested in why is that. And if they have a good reason, it's interesting, but if people just say bullshit reasons, then fuck that.
Yeah, they should get like a real proof statement, like, oh man, they don't play hard enough or something like that. But that shit that cannot be said, right? You're
Well, I
a
mean, opinions are
brutal band, man.
opinions, and every opinion is one. But if somebody, I don't know, listens to ABBA all day and hears Pestilence for the first time in his life and says, this is not my thing, then I know what the reason is. But if somebody is a longtime Pestilence fan and hears the new stuff and doesn't like it, that person has a real reason for it, and I'm always interested for in it. And but but we hardly any got any bad response. Everything was amazingly good. Everybody fucking loved it, and that's a very thankful feeling you get from it. So yeah.
Awesome. So you're selling with Agonia Records. You were saying, you were mentioning off cameras that you're shipping everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
That's including Guatemala, man.
it should be. Yeah,
Holy shit, that's awesome.
yeah.
Because usually we get like rejected or something.
I
So
think I think
it will be great to see you here, man. Play live here in
yeah, that
Guatemala.
would be awesome, man. But regarding the shipment, it's supposed to be, but of course, I don't know how the mail system works over there. So maybe that's nowadays there's a little bit of problems here and there because of mail delivery systems in specific countries or specific places, and unfortunately, that's not something anybody can do about except for the mail system in that specific place themselves. But it
Of
should
course.
be
No,
able
no, I'm not
to
saying that.
yeah, yeah. But of course, it should be able to be accessible everywhere. You know.
Awesome. So do you recommend a digital purchase through Agonia's Bandcamp? I got it that way.
Yeah, yeah, I do. But I'm an old school guy. I like to have physical copies. I want to have it in my hand. And but yeah, yeah, you can do that, of course. But I like to have it more like this. In my hand. I want to be able to touch it. I also still play CDs. I mean, nowadays everybody listens to Spotify and things like that. But I'm a CD guy.
Yeah. As a death metal band, every song is such a big statement. What's
Yeah.
your point of view on the new songs from EXITIVM as far as the structures and technique?
Um. Well, it's very interesting. I mean, I've been doing this, playing in metal bands for a long time, and Patrick has a specific way of working, which fits really well, and I totally stand behind it. But it's like, the song should work in a whole, basically. Nowadays, you have a lot of bands that want to show off because they're like talking about drummers, for example. They talk about BPM stuff all the time, and 250 BPM, this and that. But that doesn't matter. It's about the intensity. When something is fast, people like it because it's fast, and they don't give a shit if it's 240 BPM or 250. So you know, that's maybe something to practice about. When you're developing as a musician, you want to get faster and things like that. You can focus on that, but what I like about the way how Patrick works and we all work now is like the intensity of the entire song. Everything should fit together. So also when we're rehearsing, we work out, how is the drums locking in with the bass player, and how is the bass player locking with the other guitar player, and how do the vocals come in, and every little accent, every little detail is thought about, and that's just awesome.
Yeah, we're taking a look at your one of your latest videos. This was filmed in an old factory. This was actually produced by a Polish production.
Yeah.
What's the name of the 13 studio?
Grupa 13.
Group out 13. I'm sorry. Who also works with the Behemoth, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a great alliance, man. You're getting like with another heavyweight of the metal scene there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what, how is that approach? Like, do you guys get to like ask them for the video, or do they get to you and they tell you, or
No,
how does
no.
that work?
When Patrick wrote the whole album, I think he already had the whole concept in mind. Also video wise, and yeah, you know, we we don't really do stuff randomly, basically. So he had the plan already there, and
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm talking to you like you're in Guatemala. Like Guatemala scene is like random things, like
ah, it
whatever
happens a lot.
comes.
That happens everywhere. That happens everywhere. But yeah, he had it already, in his head, and we just worked it out basically, and yeah, just so he came up with this idea, and we shot some of the band shots here at my place with my colleague, Metal Media, and they put that in. So the factory shots, the band shots, all got together that way basically because it was a lockdown era, lockdown time, you know. So,
Uh-huh.
but he had the whole idea already ready basically. So he just worked it out with Group 13 how it should look, you know, what the whole story is behind it, and yeah, that's how that all got together.
Can you tell us any anecdote on this shooting of the video? You were wearing the masks like
The
from the
Black
Black
Plague,
Plague.
yeah. After
Holy
all, it's
shit!
called Pestilence.
Exactly, the plague. Man, I was reading about Dutch history, and I found out that Indo Indo I don't know if I'm saying it right. Indo Dutch people like
Yeah,
brought the plague like in 17th century,
I don't know who did that.
like you the Dutch people like travel a lot around the world, right, in the 17th century,
Yeah,
and they help people like with agriculture and colonizing things, like
yeah, yeah. True.
organizing your economic system is freaking amazing since like
Yeah,
centuries ago, right?
yeah.
So
We
you're
have
helping the whole world, and
our we
you
have
should
our
come here and help Guatemala with the death metal scene, man. That will be fucking awesome.
well, how about
So
we do that by coming over and play some shows for you guys? That would be great.
that's awesome. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say, "Hey, your band should come here." I'm just fucking kidding. No, I'm not so into the death metal, but I do play metal. I used to have a death metal band, but whatever. So we're talking about your new videos now. We just saw DEIFICVS, and you were shooting out the video at an old factory. Tell us more about your other video, your MORBVS PROPAGATIONEM.
Yeah, same place, same
Same
band.
place?
Yeah,
Oh man, it doesn't look like same place. That's the awesome thing.
yeah, it is. It's the
Let me
same
see
place.
if I have it right here. It takes a few seconds to put it on the screen. So same place, but different actors. Same band,
Yeah, same company, Group at
sa-
13.
same
Yeah,
company.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. There it is. Yeah,
See this platform we're using. It kind of messes up with the sound, but
yeah, it does. Yeah. Oh, everything sounds so compressed, and then the vocals kick in, and they're like super loud.
yeah. So I do apologize for that. People are gonna have to check it out in YouTube, man. Like it
Exactly. Do
sounds
that.
amazing,
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Man, that part where he paints himself like war paint,
Yeah.
like I was seeing the star there, but it does match, like really makes sense, like the star or the sun, or I'm not sure what he's looking at, like across the door, like in between. Man, those guys are really good producing videos, man.
Yeah. They're awesome. Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's why we wanted to work with them. Yeah.
Man, I mean, like people when they get like into producing videos, they have to listen to your music, right? That's where they get inspired, and your music is brutally amazing. The lyrics in this song, for example, man, from beginning and end, fuck, those
Yeah.
are amazing. So I really recommend people checking out EXITIVM's videos. There's a new video out from SEMPITERNVS.
Yeah. Correct.
And I was reading about this last video's footage is for you had a live session out there,
Yeah.
like free live session for all
Correct. Yeah.
fans of your website, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. It was actually for everybody.
Man, I missed it. Fuck, I missed it.
Yeah.
So when I came in like late and tried to get into to the live, it's already, I mean, closed. It's not available, or is it?
I think it was like a system. The venue, because it was still the full lockdown time basically. So shows were not allowed. So what we did was we were, doing a normal show. Only instead of having an audience with us there, people could get a ticket, but they still had to download a ticket. Tickets were for free, but you still
Uh-huh.
needed a ticket basically. And at some point, the venue just closed. I think like an hour before or something, they closed the ticket shop.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, computers are now asking for a lot of steps
Yeah,
for you to get that. So this footage you're looking at right now, people who like Pestilence should check out now because man, that looks like outer space or something.
yeah,
Awesome, man. So you were playing live there, like,
yeah,
and people are recording like pro shot camera shots.
yeah, yeah. Correct.
Do you guys get involved in this one in particular, or was it only the production?
You mean the video itself?
Yeah, the facts and stuff. Like, do you come up like, man,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like this, I like that.
Of course, of course.
Don't
Yeah,
put
yeah.
this.
No, no. Actually, the whole thing was, we did that show, and yeah, we could use the footage, the camera footage from this to just make this new video basically. But we had to add some stuff, so we just made it awesome with with some extra stuff, things basically, some extra effects. You know, yeah. But there's more to come.
Nowadays,
I'm
technologies
not gonna
are
say what.
amazing, man.
More to come.
Well, I'm not gonna get into details. People should check it out like now. Go
Exactly.
on YouTube and check it out.
Watch it
S-
and
Sempiternus, yes.
exactly,
Watch it, crank it, volume max.
exactly.
So, and let's continue talking about your latest shows. You just played live in Belgium,
Yeah, last week.
Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, yeah,
Tell us how was it? Like after a while, people are like in lockdown, and feeling like they're never gonna see a live band anymore or something, and then suddenly you come up and blast their ears. Like how was it?
yeah.
How was Belgium?
It was awesome to be back on stage. Actually, it for a moment, for me personally, it felt almost unreal. Like, what the fuck are we really doing this? But since the moment I started playing, I was like, it felt like home again. Like the last show was last week, which wasn't, of course, but there was a lot of time in between. Way
Hmm.
too long, if you ask me. But it didn't take me very long to adapt and feel back on my place, basically. So it was just awesome to do it again, and I can't wait for the next show already. So I'm
Of
happy
course,
that it's actually happening again. But I could also see that in the audience, and also hearing it from people talking a little bit, in the hallway, and everywhere, just the fans, and basically everybody was getting used to it a little bit again. So for everybody, it's been a while. So
and how were the crowd behaving? Like there were savage animals like in the mosh pit, or was it like they were all
I
frozen, or did they
it
get
was
into
somewhere
it?
in between, basically. I mean, there were people, you saw the heads do this, but they were still a little bit like frozen. Like, is this real? So yeah, it was a little bit funny.
So
But
they are allowed to mosh again, like the
yeah,
regular.
in Belgium, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what the rules are now in the Netherlands. I stopped checking that shit, but to be honest, because I got sick of it. But in
Man,
Belgium, yeah,
because
you can do
CTM
everything.
is definitely a headbanger, man. Like if you don't mosh to CTM, man, the new songs are blasting, like
Yeah,
really technical, really brutal from beginning to end.
yeah.
What are your plans for Pestilence in 2022? Will the US tour with Possessed resume, or
We hope so. Yeah, I mean, but it's all depending on the rules and the governments. What's going to happen now, basically, So, but if it's up to us, we'll tour the whole world, and we'll come over everywhere. But yeah, the restrictions and everything, they fuck up a little bit. So I can't really say what's gonna happen for real, but we're doing our side of the story. Basically, we're working hard to make shows possible and to go everywhere where we can. So and we're doing our best to continue this no matter what. So I'm optimistic about it. Only when and how and what exactly, that's a little bit uncertain. But in the meantime, the bookings are going on and on and on. So as long as nothing get canceled, that then we will be well, we'll be all over the place again.
It is already all over the place. In the
But I'm excited
US,
as well.
you landed in number 23
Yeah,
on the Billboard charts for heavy music albums.
yeah,
Is this category you guys as death metal masters for 35 years have set up? I mean, were there a category for hard music before, or
yeah. I
is
mean,
this
the
something new?
billboard thing has been going on since I can't even, before I was born. But
I remember Pantera being on a Billboard, but
yeah, yeah, it's yeah, it's basically it's the charts, so it means that you're doing really well. It's a compliment, people buy the albums or they download it a lot, and they love it, and this is basically just a statement of that. And
and it's only US, right? The Billboard.
US, yes, correct. Yeah.
Man,
And this is just
that means
for us.
that your US tour will definitely be a rocking experience for the
Yeah,
US people. And hopefully us, because if we don't get to see you here, like they have to travel to US.
oh,
People
I'm sure it's
do.
gonna happen. I mean, just hopefully sooner than later, basically, but I'm sure it's gonna happen. Only yeah, if the
They
government
need to
doesn't
like
allow.
allow a lot of crowd to be
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think
vaccinated. I don't know. They're already doing the shows. Where
yeah,
were you here in this picture, Michiel?
this was a castle in the like sort of ruins in the south of the Netherlands. We did a photo shoot. If people remember the Line of Tears video, that was shot in a cave, and we did some pictures in that same cave again. And this was around the corner, basically. So yeah, it's old ruins of an old castle, and it's yeah, it was really nice. It fit the atmosphere really well.
For the guys who don't know, Land of Tears, that's a song in the testimony of the ancients.
Yeah, correct.
Do you guys play that live now,
Yeah.
or are you just focusing on the EXITIVM?
No, no. When we play live, we focus on every album basically. There's new fans, there's old fans, everybody in between, and we want to mix things up. Keep it interesting, and we don't only play new songs, so we try to mix everything from every album a little bit to keep it interesting.
Now, I found this on Nuclear Blast's website. So 18.99 euro,
Yeah,
and you get a CD with a flag,
yeah.
and then is that a patch? Can you
That's
show us the live patch there? You have it right
yeah. I
there,
have it
right?
right here, the box. The patch.
So it all comes inside the box, the CD
Yeah,
box.
yeah. It's all a box, like a box set. So it has the CD in it, and it has the flag. Well, where's the camera? There. So that's the flag, but the patch is this one. You see it? So
Yeah, the
it's
time
perfect
sphere.
for on
Yeah.
your jacket.
Wherever you want, wear
Yeah,
it. Damn.
exactly.
Then I have found this picture. That will be let me just remove this ticker here. Okay. The I think if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Michiel. Is this a compilation of the best hits?
I
But
think
you
it
don't
is.
call it the greatest hits, right? You call it
I
the
think it is.
Century Penance.
This is before my time, so, but yeah, I think you're right. That's
So
that's
that
right.
particular cover, I think I see the nun, I see
Yeah,
the the rotting I think it's another nun here rotting.
yeah, they're all
Uh
rotting.
they're all rotting, right? But it doesn't show the time sphere. Do you think that's
It
curious?
doesn't have to. I mean, yeah, everything is rotting since day one, right? I mean, yeah, I'm not.
Time sphere must be flying somewhere else
Yeah,
during
yeah,
that time.
yeah.
That's the awesome part of Pestilence.
It
Then
is.
I found this other one.
Yeah,
This Malleus Maleficarum.
torture.
it's like a torture room,
It is like the world is.
like the world is,
It is.
and it has been like a long time ago, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
during pandemic, what did you guys think when does it help bands get together, like record, or do you think pandemic was like a bad experience for bands? What
Well,
do you
I think both. I mean, of course, it sucked that it happened because all the restrictions and not able to play live and things like that. That was a big problem for everybody. Every band and also the fans and stuff. But from a band point of view, also, what I see with my students. I have a drum school and I have a recording studio, so I record bands as well as do a lot of session work for other bands. There's particular bands that sat on their ass and did nothing and wait until it's over. But that's the dumbest thing you can do, I think. I mean, what I personally did, and I saw a lot of people do as well, and same with Pestilence and every band I'm involved in. We used the time well, so that's why we shot the videos. That's why we had a lot of time to focus on things in the background. So as soon as the world is opening up again, you're ready to go, basically. So me personally, I've never done as much as recording sessions since the last 2 years. So I was really, really busy. So there's a lot of bands that are started recording things, or writing new songs and getting ready for as soon as they can play live again. And that's the best thing you can do, I think.
tell us
Waiting.
a little bit more about your drumming school? You get a lot of gals and boys. You get
Yeah,
more
but
boys or
mostly,
than gals,
mostly,
or
yeah, well, but both, but mostly experienced drummers. So
hmm
what I teach is, regardless of the style, it's not all metal drummers, but regardless of the style, I teach them how to think out of the box, how to, decide your new goals and how to achieve them, how to, achieve them in a fast way, but also fun way, because everybody knows that certain things can get boring, but boring basically means that you're not focused in the right way. So focusing, creativity, reaching new levels, and pushing yourself it's all a big part of that. And whether you want to be a faster death metal drummer or you want to be more creative funk drummer, whatever it is, and you're
hmm
thinking outside the box basically. And that comes from my own experience as when I still had lessons, and also around in the live world when I toured with a lot of musicians. You see a lot of other drummers, doing certain things, and they started asking me tips and tricks basically. And I sometimes I see them do things that I think like, that could be done way more efficient. And so I help them out with that, and you know, reaching new levels and how to not get stuck in your own playing, and think outside the box. That's basically what I do.
well, that's great. I mean, getting into your school is it tough? Like, you
No.
need to have certain level of maturity, musical maturity, or can you
Yeah,
get from zero to
no. I don't really teach total beginners,
hmm
or young kids, basically, because I tend to just put too much info. I go pretty fast. I challenge my students, and um,
hmm
I make them very aware of that it's their own responsibility. I'm just giving them the advice and the know-how, but they still have to do it themselves, of course. And I work as a coach as well. Sometimes I have to push them a little bit, and but it's pretty tough. It's challenging. So I would not do that as a beginner, basically. But it's not hard to get at my school. Definitely not. I mean, if you can play some drums and you're serious about it, and you really want to go to the next level, then everybody's welcome. Sure. No.
So there you go, kids. Get better to, and then call me heel. So, do you recommend Tama, like
Yeah.
from beginner for beginners? Tama.
Tama drums always, always. I've been playing Tama drums my whole life, so yeah, it's part of my playing thing. I feel at home behind the Tama kit for sure. Yeah.
Well, I've seen live videos where you playing Pearl. Where the
Yeah, but
will
that's
the
because
endorsers get angry with you or something?
no. They understand me, but that's basically because the festival or the show wherever we play, they provide different backline. But I always
Hmm.
prefer Tama, and but at Tama drums, they understand that I can't always bring my drum kit. When you have to step in an
Of
airplane
course,
for a show, you can't just put that kit in your suitcase. It's too big for that. So, but yeah, I always prefer
exactly,
Tama drums for sure. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. That's exactly
But
the reason why you can't travel with the drum kit everywhere.
exactly. But it's also an appreciation thing. I love that stuff, and but it works both ways. I mean, they value very much the musicians that play for them, and because of passion. It's there's a big passion sense in it, and it's one big family basically. So yeah, you really have to feel it and be part of it. It's not just you know it's not just a materialistic thing. Basically, there's a whole thought behind it.
I really like when professional drummers like you self have endorsers because I mean their show on your playthrough videos and everything and your drum kit shows the Tama logo and everything. I really like that because people should know. I mean, what are the best kits, right? And what are the best guitars and what are the best microphones? And
Yeah.
personally, I really appreciate that from bands like Pestilence because
Yeah.
they show us
Well,
what to use, right?
I think everybody should choose for themselves what works best for him or her. I mean,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, for me, it's these brands that I use, and I'm really proud of them, and and so are they, and that's just awesome. And yeah, of course, I want to show that, and it's a matter of appreciation, and it works both ways. They help me out, I help them out, and that's how it's done. You know.
Wonderful. Are there any plans for recordings in for Pestilence in the near future?
Well, since the new album just came out and we're still promoting it live and not live enough, we want to tour and do more shows, of course. But in the background, we're working hard on some things. Yeah, definitely.
Really? What?
Yeah, yeah.
What the
We're we're
hell?
we
All
we
right.
never sit on our ass and wait. We are always doing stuff. So yeah.
Will you releasing more promo videos for Exitium or is that all?
No, there's more stuff coming. I'm not gonna step into details yet. It's gonna be a surprise.
Well,
But
we love surprises, man. That
yeah, so
would be awesome. We definitely do appreciate you having the time to let me ask you all these questions and get into the Pestilence discography a little bit and talk about Exitium, which really excites us. After a couple of, or I think it's 4 years, Pestilence was not releasing any new material.
yeah,
Well, we definitely appreciate that. The new album is a full length, and that you dropping in top charts and everything. Definitely, it's a sign that you will be doing amazing in America and Europe
yeah.
and everywhere. Actually,
Well,
Australia, everywhere.
yeah,
Definitely, this is
everywhere.
a worldwide masterpiece.
Well, thank you very much, man. And we're very thankful for that. I mean, we record these albums. We do what we do because we love doing what we do, and we put our souls in it, and that's all that we can do. And if the people appreciate it and they like what they're hearing, that that's a big thank you towards us. And we couldn't have done it without the fans either. So it works both ways, and we're very thankful about it as well. So yeah.
Thank you, Michiel, and thank you, Pestilence, for putting out this amazing new album, Exitium. Check it out on their website, www.exitium.com, or for merch, go to www.pestilence.nl. So we say goodbye. Keep metal alive. What metal. Time
Cheers,
out.
guys. Cheers.